Your friends are costing you $200,000, and they have no idea they're doing it. Neither do you. Think about the last time you went out to dinner with your friends. The restaurant was nice, a little nicer than you would have picked. The bill came. Someone suggested splitting it evenly. You ordered a salad and water, but you paid for their steaks and cocktails. You said nothing, because that's what friends do. Think about the last vacation your group chat planned. The Airbnb was beautiful. The flights weren't cheap. You put it on your credit card and told yourself you'd figure it out later. You're still figuring it out 6 months later. Think about the car you drive. Is it the car you need? Or is it the car that doesn't embarrass you when you pull up next to your friends? Be honest. Here's what nobody tells you about friendship. Your friends are the most expensive thing you own. More than your rent, more than your car, more than your subscriptions and habits combined, and the math I'm about to show you will make you rethink every dinner, every trip, every group chat you're part of. Let me introduce you to the first hidden cost. I call it the matching tax. Here's how it works. Humans are social animals. We unconsciously match the behavior of the people around us. It's not weakness. It's biology. Mirror neurons, tribal survival instincts. We're wired to fit in. But here's what that wiring costs you financially. Studies show that your spending habits correlate more closely with your 5 closest friends than with your income level. Read that again. If your friends spend like they make $200,000, you'll spend like you make $200,000. Even if you make $75,000, you don't decide to do this. It just happens. They suggest the nicer restaurant, you go. They book the expensive trip, you book it too. They lease new cars. Suddenly your paid-off Honda feels embarrassing. You're not keeping up with the Joneses. You're keeping up with the group chat. And the group chat has no budget. Let me show you what this actually costs. Meet David. David is 30 years old, makes $75,000 a year. Good salary. He should be building wealth. But David's friend group is expensive. They go out every Friday, average bill, $60 after tip and splitting evenly. That's $240 a month just on Friday dinners. They take 2 trips a year. Average cost, $1,500 each. That's $3,000 a year on vacations. Birthday dinners, bachelor parties, weddings, gifts. The incidentals add up to another $2,000 a year. David's friend tax, roughly $8,000 per year. He doesn't see it as a line item. It's spread across dozens of transactions. Venmo here, credit card there, cash at the bar. But it's $8,000 every single year. Now here's where it gets painful. If David invested that $8,000 a year instead, at 7% average returns, here's what happens. After 10 years, $110,000. After 20 years, $328,000. After 30 years, $755,000. David's friends didn't steal from him. They just invited him to dinner, and he said yes, every single time. That's the matching tax. You pay it in small doses. You feel it in large sums. But here's the part that really hurts. The second hidden cost is what I call the silence premium. Remember that dinner where you ordered a salad but split the bill evenly? You paid the silence premium. Remember that trip you couldn't afford but booked anyway? You paid the silence premium. Remember that bachelor party where you stayed quiet about the budget because you didn't want to be that guy? You paid the silence premium. The silence premium is the money you spend because saying no feels harder than going broke. And here's why it's so expensive. Every time you stay silent, you set a precedent. Your friends now believe you're comfortable at this spending level. So they keep suggesting things at this level. And you keep staying silent. The premium compounds. What started as a $50 overspend becomes your new normal. You didn't agree to lifestyle inflation. You just didn't disagree. And that was enough. David never told his friends he was struggling. He never suggested a cheaper restaurant. He never said, "Hey, I can't do the trip this year." He matched. He stayed silent. And he paid the premium. Year after year. Until he woke up at 40, wondering why he had nothing saved. Now you might be thinking, okay, but these are my friends. I can't just stop hanging out with them. I can't put a price on relationships. And you're right, sort of. Friendship is priceless. Real connection matters. I'm not telling you to dump your friends and become a hermit. But here's the question you need to ask yourself. Are you spending money on friendship, or are you spending money on performance? Because there's a difference. Friendship is presence. It's time. It's showing up when someone needs you. It costs nothing. Performance is proving you belong. It's signaling that you're at their level. It's keeping up appearances. Most of what you spend with friends isn't friendship. It's performance. And performance is expensive. The third hidden cost reveals exactly why. I call it the anchor effect. Your lifestyle doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's anchored to the people around you. If your friends buy houses at $500,000, that becomes your anchor. Anything less feels like failure. If your friends drive cars with payments, paid-off cars feel embarrassing. If your friends take European vacations, your staycation feels pathetic. You're not measuring yourself against your goals. You're measuring yourself against your anchors. And your anchors are your friends. This is why people who make $200,000 feel broke. Their anchors make $400,000. This is why people who make $50,000 feel fine. Their anchors make $50,000 too. Your income doesn't determine if you feel rich or poor. Your anchors do. And here's the trap. You don't choose your anchors consciously. They choose you. You meet people at work. You meet people through other friends. You meet people in your neighborhood. And slowly, without realizing it, you adopt their financial norms as your own. Their spending becomes your baseline. Their lifestyle becomes your expectation. Their problems become your problems. David didn't choose expensive friends on purpose. He just drifted into a group that spent more than he could afford. And once he was in, the anchors were set. Recalibrating feels impossible. Suggesting cheaper options feels embarrassing. Admitting you can't afford something feels like failure. So you stay silent. You match, you perform, and you pay the friend tax, month after month, year after year. Until one day you're 45 with a good income and nothing to show for it. Let me show you what David's friend tax actually bought him. Over 15 years, David spent approximately $120,000 on friend-related expenses. Dinners, trips, weddings, gifts, drinks, Ubers after drinks, the hangover brunch the next day, $120,000. What did he get for it? Memories? Maybe. Some of them. Most of those nights blur together now. Deeper friendships? Not really. The friends he spent the most money with aren't the ones who showed up when his dad got sick. Status? Temporary. The feeling of belonging faded by Monday morning every single time. Now let me show you what that money could have bought instead. $120,000 invested over 15 years at 7% becomes approximately $275,000. That's a house down payment. That's 5 years of financial freedom. That's the ability to say no to a job you hate. David traded $275,000 for the privilege of not feeling awkward at dinner. That's the friend tax. And David didn't even know he was paying it. So what do you actually do about this? Here's the framework. I call it the Friendship Audit. Step 1. Calculate your real friend tax. Go through your bank statements from the last 6 months. Tag every expense that involve friends, dinners, trips, events, gifts, drinks, everything. Add it up. Multiply by 2. That's your annual friend tax. Most people are shocked by this number. They estimate it at $2,000. It's usually $6,000 to $10,000. You can't fix what you can't see. See the number first. Not all friends cost the same. Some friends want to grab coffee and talk for 3 hours. Cost, $8. Value, priceless. Other friends only want to meet at expensive restaurants, exclusive events, weekend getaways. Cost, hundreds of dollars per interaction. Make a list. Who costs you the most? Be honest. This isn't about ranking your friends by worth. It's about understanding which relationships are draining your wealth without adding proportional value. Step 3. Break the silence. This is the hard part. But it's also the only part that actually changes anything. You have to start saying no, out loud, to real people. That restaurant is a little out of my budget. Can we do somewhere cheaper? I can't do the trip this year, but I'd love to see the photos. Let's split the bill by what we ordered instead of evenly. These sentences feel impossible right now. They won't kill you, I promise. Here's what actually happens when you say them. 80% of the time your friends say, "Oh yeah, totally, no problem." Because they were thinking the same thing but were also too afraid to say it. 15% of the time, they're slightly surprised but adjust without drama. 5% of the time, they react badly. And that 5% just told you everything you need to know about that friendship. Real friends don't need you to perform wealth. Real friends just need you to show up. Step 4. Recalibrate your anchors. This is the long game, and it matters more than anything else. You become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Financially, emotionally, mentally. If your 5 closest friends are broke and stressed, you'll be broke and stressed. If your 5 closest friends are building wealth quietly, you'll build wealth quietly. You don't need to abandon your current friends, but you might need to add new ones. Find people who talk about investing instead of only spending. Find people who get excited about hitting savings goals. Find people who suggest free activities without embarrassment. These people exist. You're just not in their group chat yet. David finally did his friendship audit at 41. The number shocked him. $8,000 a year for over a decade. He did the compound math and felt sick, but then he did something different. He started saying no, not to his friends, to the performance. "Hey guys, I'm trying to save more this year. Can we do the cheap taco place instead?" His friend said, "Yeah, honestly, that place is better anyway." That was it. No drama, no judgment, just tacos. He started suggesting free stuff, hikes, home poker nights, watching the game at someone's apartment instead of the sports bar. Some friends stopped inviting him to the expensive things. He noticed he didn't miss them. Other friends started saying, "Actually, I'm glad you suggested that. I've been overspending too." He wasn't alone. He was just the first one to say it out loud. By 45, David's friend tax dropped from $8,000 to $2,000 a year. The difference went straight into index funds. His friendships didn't suffer. They actually got better. Cheaper hangouts meant more frequent hangouts. Real conversations replaced expensive performances. He kept the friends who valued him. He released the friends who valued his wallet. And the $200,000 he would have spent over the next 25 years. That's now building his retirement. Here's what I want you to understand. Your friends aren't the enemy. The silence is. The matching is. The performing is. The anchoring to people who spend more than you is. You can have rich friendships without being broke. You just have to stop confusing presence with performance. David learned this at 41. You can learn it today. Calculate your friend tax this week. Look at the real number. Feel it. Then ask yourself honestly, is this what friendship costs? Or is this what silence costs? Because those are very different things. Drop a comment below. Tell me your friend tax number. I read every single one, and I think we can all learn from each other's honesty. If this video showed you a leak you didn't know you had, share it with a friend who needs to see it. Maybe you can audit together. Once you see this math, you can't unsee it.